Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 460 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for words about games. I'm one of your hosts, Amy Kate Alexander. I'm joined this week by the three-star champ himself. It's David Moody.
Howdy doodly doo, it's Friday, you know what that means. It's video game day, the holiest of days itself. All hail video games because they're fucking awesome.
Woo.
Choo choo.
Exactly. Choo, get aboard.
You get that movie reference? You're even more awesome.
Get aboard the hype train, everybody, because we're also joined this week by the bag buddy themselves. It's Vitz Patel.
What's good, everybody? How are you all doing out there in Listenland? Dear friends, how are we doing today?
Yeah,
it is one of those. So for those who are listening to the audio feed of this wonderful podcast, first of all, thank you, and welcome to the show. It is another scorcher here in the UK. We thought we had the worst of the heat wave last time, but it's back and even badder this time. So we're all in various states of melting this week. But
like that Alien 3 saying, the bitch is back.
Exactly.
The bitch is back.
Fucking horseshit is what this is.
If we're all gun-toting citizens here, we'd all be firing them at the sun right now.
Just think for yourself. It's warm up here, but I'm pretty good. You English folk, keep it down south, all right?
Moody's like loves the summer. He loves the sun. He's all about give me that sun. Give me that heat. Love it. Thrive in the heat.
I just rip it all off and just go, take me. Old wonderful cool breeze. I mean heat.
Is this the part where I mentioned that I'm pretty sure I can see the bed I was sleeping on at your house behind you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In the spot that I was sleeping.
Yeah, you can't see now. Yeah, we just deflated it today. I couldn't be bothered.
That's fair. I couldn't figure out how to close your window.
You just push it in.
I tried that. It got stuck on some kind of weird little plastic thing, and I didn't want to.
Just asked me.
And I didn't want to push.
4 days.
I didn't want to push it too hard in case I broke.
Moody, do you know how stubborn Ames is? She will not accept defeat.
That is true. She never lets it go.
Exactly.
It's not stubbornness. It's like it was 3 days into a 4-day stay. At a certain point, there are questions that
the window of opportunity
to ask certain questions has passed.
I
know I've been staying in this room for 72 hours, but how do you close the window?
Anytime.
At this window.
This window here.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was fine. It was fine. I might ask you if I come down in a colder month, though. Actually, I probably won't. I like the room cold. Good God. Also,
you can come up anytime you want.
Also, your GB operator sometimes has disco lights for some reason. It's very strange. The little indicator light on the front sometimes just enters disco mode.
What, my thing?
Yeah, the little GB operator, the cartridge thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the little light on the front. Sometimes it just goes disco mode.
Because it's playing Pokemon. It's playing Pokemon now,
so it's playing Pokemon by itself. Okay.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's probably doing a better job than you and me did, so it's all right.
Definitely doing a better job than I did. I played one Pokemon. One Pokemon once.
Yeah, and you poked that mon.
I poked that mon. That sounded wrong. Something happened to that mon. There's no doubt about it. A few of those mons.
Yeah, none of that was anything to do with me. Don't tag me with your failures.
Well, you picked the team, so you have to assume some failure.
Are you not an accessory to failure in this instance?
I was by being present. I mean, by being there, by picking him a team. The man who's played 7,000 Pokemon games.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna add any more to that.
The Pokemon master of the podcast.
He's a Pokemon something. That's for sure.
I'm Pokemon something. That's for sure.
He's Pokemon going to the polls.
There you go.
How's everybody else doing?
Yeah, doing all right. It's been a busy old week as they tend to be these days, but life admin stuff. We hit a huge milestone of that, so that's fun. And yeah, fun times are ahead.
Ooh. We like fun times. Fun times are good. How about you, Means?
Yeah, pretty good week. Chill. Can't complain. Been playing stuff, been watching stuff, been testing stuff. All good.
I was there for some of that.
Playing stuff, you were. Not for the testing
Playing stuff and the watching stuff. I wasn't there for the testing stuff. Didn't really fancy that.
Yeah.
You know. I feel like watching someone test a game would be quite boring. Like if you were testing and I was sat next to you, I feel like it would be interesting, and then it would stop being interesting.
Yeah, it'd be fascinating for like the first 30 seconds, and it's like, oh, okay, you just have to run it back again and again and again to accurately test it. Fine.
Yes. Yeah. It's basically just watching someone play a game anyway. It's a little bit different, but it's basically just watching someone playing a game. That's all.
I mean, if I did come to watch you test, like you probably like should hand the controller over me at some point anyway, so I can find some extra bugs.
I'll be
run through some
taking
walls,
the controller off you so you don't throw it in the TV.
Jump through a fence, run through a wall. You know, the usual thing.
Yeah, but
just fall out
one
the
of
geo
those
of the world,
bugs that you found that we never found. The other one was still in when I already reported it, so that don't count. You got one. That's it.
In one playthrough.
You got one.
In one playthrough, I wasn't running it back over and over. Apart from on the final boss where I got stuck, I wasn't running it back over and over again. I was just being my dumbass self and being like, can I go that way?
You did do
yes, but also no.
Yeah, yes, but in many ways,
but you
no.
shouldn't. that's basically what it is. Yes, you can, but no, should you? No. No, the bastard's still in there. The company doesn't no longer exist. Thank you, Maximum Entertainment, for that. So the game's never going to get tested again and re-updated. So
there we go.
Sorry.
Can I name the bug after myself?
Yeah. All hail the Amy bug.
Amy's fence clip.
Amy's fence clip. While surrounded by traps.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like there was traps and stuff in the path, wasn't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
on the path you shouldn't have been going on.
I was looking for a way around.
If only there's some environmental clues to tell you you're not supposed to be on this path.
There is. She just ignored them.
As we first alluded to, stubborn.
Never lets it go.
I went up. It looked like there was a gap in the fence.
Here, though, Amy? I didn't really ask you properly, did I? Maybe not.
Yeah, it was all right.
One day we can completely write off. We can ignore that day.
So if we're ignoring that one day.
How was the other 75% of the?
Was that the biblical rain day, or was that a different day?
It was fine.
Different day.
The different day.
Okay.
Well, I did buy the game, that one game on that one.
Yes, you did.
We went to town, yeah. But yeah, no, it was fun. I found the pizza. You know how I made a meme of that pizza place where we ordered from? I bought Moody the pizza I owed him. From that pizza bet.
One pizza bet settled. Okay, yeah.
The pizza bet is settled. Yeah. We bought it from a place. I found the place when I was in town waiting for my train. I walked around a bit and I found the place we ordered the pizza from. I forgot to take a picture.
We could order another pizza.
I forgot to take a picture and be like, I found him. I'm gonna go meet the legend himself.
The legend himself. It was a good ass pizza. There's no doubt about it.
It was a nice pizza. But no, yeah, the best part, and like we'll start off with cool things that we like.
Yeah.
Because my cool thing that I like this week is a place, not a people. It was the Forgotten Worlds retro game shop that me and Moody visited. 2 hours each way in a road trip. From one side of Scotland to the other side of Scotland. It was quite an epic little
really
road
was.
Trip. But like my favorite part was like the last. Well, not my favorite part. I hated it because I hate those country roads where it's like It goes like up and
Oh, yeah.
down and stuff.
Up
Like
and down.
I hate
Yeah,
those
some
kinds of
dives,
that was the
some
weirdest
crests
thing ever.
and
But it was
valleys,
like
yeah.
it was like we drove around. We drove like motorways and like we drove past Glasgow. Like really, like we could see
Went
Glasgow. we went
through it.
through Glasgow, and then like we got to a village, and then it was like, all right, cool, we're getting close. Like the sat nav's telling us we're getting close, and then literally just like fucking back roads, like through farm country.
Yeah.
Like where the fuck is this place? Like I just assumed it would be in an easy to access place because it's a retro video game store. Like the last place I would expect to find a retro video game store would be in the middle of farm country. But it was in the middle of farm country.
It really was. It was insane.
We
It's just
drove
like,
past
here's the city. Where's the city gone? What the fuck's going on here?
the only
Howden Town.
the only buildings I've seen for the last 10 minutes have been like wind turbines. Like what the fuck is happening? And then we
And a random sheep.
yeah, we found
on
that
fucking-
we drove up and there was this like village, like 6 houses, and as we came around the corner, it was like, is that a sheep? And there's just a sheep walking up the path
As you
as
do.
we drove past. That was the only sign of life.
And then I flashed the other car coming on my side, coming the opposite direction.
to warn them
I
about the
looked
sheep.
behind. No, because I saw the sheep start to walk across the road.
Started
And I was
crossing
just
the
like, and the look, I remember the look was just like, why are you flashing me for? It's like, well, you'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
Huh? There's no police here with
You're
like,
gonna
mobile speed
die.
cameras.
Either you or a sheep is going to die.
But yeah, when we got to the place, it's called Forgotten Worlds. Oh, it's so good. It was so.
Yeah.
And you took many, many pictures
Took
which you
0
shared with your
pictures.
friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
0 pictures.
Many mental pictures. Many mental pictures. It was
I
amazing.
have a mental like image of the entire shop,
Yeah.
including the £825 PS1 game. That I was looking at.
Wow.
I wasn't gonna buy it because it wasn't like a game I was interested in collecting anyway. But I was just looking
Sure.
at it like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
I guess when you've driven all that way to get there, and obviously in your case, Ames, like obviously traveled from a different country.
Yes.
Let's not forget kind of thing to go there. Then you've got to be pretty invested, and they probably know. Okay, we can probably play around with the prices a little bit because we got these fuckers.
So I found the prices to be pretty much on par with what I've seen, like for the stuff that I knew about, right?
Sure,
Like
yeah.
obviously, I obviously like I don't really know like the prices of every single like retro video game console, but like the ones that I'm
Not yet.
interested in, like I know the prices of. So I got a pretty much a fair price on that stuff, and like especially like the PS1 games, which is what I was like digging through. There's like 7 boxes full of PS1 games, not including the super rare ones they kept behind the counter. Like they like replace the cases and like clean the stuff up, so it's like it looks pretty much
Clean it up.
pristine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
like
brand new jewel cases and
for
stuff.
the price, it's like, oh shit, like you're getting like a really good quality thing. But yeah, like I spent quite a bit of money, and Moody still doubled me.
Was that just on one Pokemon title?
No, it was on one item.
Moody didn't get a single thing out of the Pokemon cabinet.
I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't.
I was shocked. It was the first thing he found. It was really funny.
Yeah.
It was like his Pokemon radar just went beep 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 there.
Just pressing your face up against a glass.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I walked around the corner and started looking at like the Xbox 360 games. But wow.
So Mood, what was this big item that you procured?
I bought, if you were watching the video, I bought a Nintendo 3DS.
Wow.
And it's sexy as hell. It's
a nice
clean as hell.
3DS.
Yeah, for audio listeners, it's red on black as the exterior.
Yeah, it's clean as hell. Very nice. They've kept it in a really good condition.
Was that box with the box with the charging cable and stuff? And
different charging cable. Didn't come with the normal like plug one. It came with a USB one, which is
that's probably handy these days.
incredibly handy. That so. It was really canny. I got a couple of games as well. But no, yeah, it's like that's the one thing I kind of wanted to go in for. I was saying to myself, I want to get a 3DS again. Because I want to be. I've had the urge to play some of my Pokemon games. Started one when Amy was up. And
You
uh,
did, yeah.
just
Okay. Okay, so I was sleeping on the floor behind him. And
Yep.
if you're a regular watcher of the podcast, you'll know that all of his games are in a square.
Mm.
And it was
these
like
ones.
on the night we got back, it was like, Amy, can you go to my Pokemon Square and get all of my Pokemon games? Because
basically all my DS ones, basically. Yeah.
there's this big stack of DS games. I was like, here you go. I don't know which one you want to play.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It
that was
is.
fun.
It is funny to me that since Nintendo launched the Switch 2, their brand new system, Amy's bought a Nintendo system, not a Switch 2. Moody's bought a Nintendo system, not a
Yeah.
Switch 2. Now I've got to buy something.
Yeah, you have to buy a Nintendo system that's not a Switch too.
Exactly,
Yeah. That's just
I'm gonna come back
how
with a
we
Game
roll
Boy.
here at the World
Do
About
it.
Games.
Do it.
Yeah. They want to go forward, we want to go backwards.
Fuck that.
And whatnot. So
But no, like,
yeah.
The selection of games was like the best selection I've laid eyes on, and that includes like I've been to like multiple like retro game fairs and like multiple retro game shops like locally to me. Like the selection there was the best I've ever seen.
And you've even been to CEX High Wycombe, so there is that as well.
Yep, great shop. Yep. 10 out of 10. But yeah, no, it was really good. I saw a lot of games I would classify as like rare-ish. I saw a lot of rare games, but like those ballooned like beyond beyond like any reasonable budget. Like
Sure, yeah.
Like they had a copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night for PS1, like behind the thing, and like it was nice to look at.
Mm-hmm.
But at like £350, it's like, no.
Sure, yeah.
I'm good.
That's almost Switch 2 money. That's how you need to quantify it.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you if you put me on some kind of lie detector, I couldn't honestly tell you which I would rather buy. Like if I had that, like if I just like found that money and could be like, okay, you can buy a Switch 2 or you can buy Symphony of the Night. Like I don't know which one I would actually purchase.
One of them is going to ruin you with costs with how much the games are for it.
And one of them is Castlevania.
Exactly.
But I'd be a hypocrite if I spent that much on a game.
No, if
While
it
I'm
brings
sitting
you
here on
joy,
a
then who
podcast,
cares what anybody
while
else
I'm sitting
thinks?
here in a podcast being like, they're making the video games too expensive. And
But it's a different they.
and then spending
This is not a giant corporation you're buying from. You're buying from an independent retro game fair.
and then spending £60 on Silent Hill Downpour for the Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah.
Which is idea that's behind me. But yeah, they had an arcade as well, which was really fun. Like Moody broke his wrist, practically, like trying to play the Alien game,
Oh, the aliens game.
which you insisted we finish all the levels of, and we did.
Didn't take long.
We finished
Didn't
an
take
arcade game when we was at the museum, right?
We played Golden Axe.
Yeah, Golden
start to
Axe.
finish.
That was it. Yeah.
Good game.
We had like infinite credits.
Yeah, I
But
played
yeah.
the weirdest Mario Kart. Like they have the Mario Kart arcade. It's very strange. Like none of the levels are from Mario Kart. Like
Yeah.
the Mario Kart video game, and none of the all the power ups are different. But like the weirdest one was like obviously like it's a proper like car.
Yeah, you got a wheel and pedals and all that.
And
jazz, yeah.
in the car, the wheel like had like that like the haptic feedback. So when you go over like
Force
steps
feedback, yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, you're like it starts like jiggling.
Uh-huh.
So Mooney was sat next to me watching, like having a bit of a chuckle where I'd be going up some steps and I'd be like,
Exactly.
This
I think you were saying it was like a one-time purchase to get into the arcade, then all the games were free. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or was that just for the classic cabinets?
No, we paid a $5 and we got in.
It's for all of them. Yeah, I played
hell
for
yeah.
each to
It
get
was a
in,
really
yeah.
good cabinet selection.
Yeah.
Nice.
For like, it didn't have much, but what it did have was really good.
So in theory,
Yeah.
would you go back at any
I'm
point?
going back, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Oh
as
yeah, I
well.
want to go back, yeah. Maybe it's even before the end of the year. Who knows?
Fair enough. Is this a constant thing that happens, or is that every couple of months, or
It's a shop. It's just a shop.
oh, it's just okay, fine. I see. I thought it was like an event that kind of thing?
No. This is
No.
just a shop, like in the middle of a like, what would you say? Like, it was one of those estates with it's storage places.
Yeah,
Right, okay,
storage
yeah.
compartments, basically, a ton of them. But there was a ton of shops there, some that were like for cars and everything like that. But
Yeah, it was like a gym.
mhm.
Again, like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really is. Yeah, it really is. It's weird as hell. You go through the most emptiest road, and then you just appear at, I'm guessing, Kilmarnock, which where it's at. The smallest, or at least the village that's close to it, and you enter the village, which is bumpy as hell by the terrible roads. Then you also have the bumps to slow cars down and everything.
Oh, the speed humps and stuff. Yeah.
And
Yes,
then,
which
is
Moody 100% slowed down for every single one of them. Did not get caught by
I
surprise at all.
forgot about one. On the way. No, that was on the way leaving. I was just like, oh shit, I broke my car.
But then it would have been Amy's
And then I
fault.
went, oh shit, Amy's broke my car.
Exactly. There we go.
I specifically said,
Amy's fault.
you don't even fucking think about blaming this one on me, because I was like, I'm not like, I have no control over this. It's a speed
You say
bump.
that,
Slow
but
down.
somehow it's still your fault.
It's a speed bump. Slow down.
Yeah, it was absolutely cracking, no doubt about it. It was a great place. It was a lot of fun. Happy I will easily go back anytime and whatnot for it. So
Yeah, we should
highly recommend Forgotten World. Forgotten Worlds.
Forgotten Worlds. We should definitely pick a different service station to stop at next time if we do a road trip again.
One less empty and more scary and less scary.
That's fair, less
Or
terrifying.
you find a sketchy service station. Right?
Should it?
Uh-huh.
Cool. That was my cool thing for the week. I don't know if it was Moody's cool thing for the week, but somebody else do a cool thing for the week.
I can go.
So.
If you want to pad for more time and all the rest of it. Yeah, so once again, it's been a busy old week, but I wanted to shout out a YouTube video that I caught this week, and it's Lily Singh's Shameless series that she's doing. So she is sitting down with India's biggest and brightest, and many people from the Bollywood scene and from television as well, and really having some hard conversations about society and the patriarchy and how it all needs to be torn down, and one of the who are the leading lights in terms of speaking for and advocating for mental health and mental awareness. And they dropped a video. Today is the day of recording, so we're recording this on the 9th, with Nikhil Danyeha, and so it's that particular episode is why so many men feel empty right now. And they were talking about how the concept of what it means to be a quote unquote man is instilled from such a young age, and how do you kind of break that mold? And it's the whole it's really bad that we have these kind of gendered roles that we assign to people, like for example, like women are supposed to be nurturers and supposed to raise their children and be homemakers, where men are supposed to, traditionally at least, to go out there and make the bacon and kind of not have time to be with your children and be distant and only be there to work. And it was just a really interesting conversation, as all of them are with all of the guests that Lily Singh has sat down with. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out Lily Singh's channel. You can find her work over at YouTube. And it's the Shameless series, so highly recommended. Not necessarily video game based, but it is a cool thing that I did this week.
It's a cool thing. Yeah. Moody, what about you?
I am. That's it. I wanted to find it. So while Amy was up here, we also watched a couple of YouTube videos and everything, which was really funny. Especially one for Mass Effect, which was just a lot of fun seeing it, and it's from a YouTube called Frog Arclist. That's his channel, basically. Yeah, but no, yeah, he did a Can You Beat Mass Effect? No, what was it? I can't remember. Shit.
Can you beat Mass Effect with no friends?
That's it. Can you beat Mass Effect with no friends?
Oh,
and it was
solo
just
dolo.
As close
you
to
have
solo
no choice.
as possible.
Yeah, as close to swords as possible. Basically, can he have no friends by the end of Mass Effect 3? And it was just absolutely bonkers to see how he was able to do this and everything. It was a lot of fun. It was a three-part videos, obviously Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And it's just he was a lot of fun to listen to. It was a very comedic banter on the video, and I just had a lot of fun with it. And it's just I was at the same time I was just like, go for some Mass Effect. And then what did I do that day? I bought Mass Effect Andromeda at CEX with Amy.
There you go.
And a few more other games as well, I think. But no, yeah, it's
a couple.
Yeah, a couple. I went,
Well, as we alluded to on this very podcast, I don't think we're getting a new Mass Effect. So yeah, by all means, get yourself the original ones.
Yeah. Even after they release, if they release the fifth one, I won't believe it. Because they'll shut it down a year later, probably.
No, it won't be here.
But no, yeah, go check it out. It was a lot of fun. He's got a couple of fun videos on there, like one for Dishonored, and one for like completing Batman Arkham Asylum game. Which while I was watching it, I was saying, I was like, geez, is just an awesome game. Like still till to this day, after what, 15 plus years, if not more.
2009 that came out, I want to say.
Yep.
Yeah,
15 plus years. So yeah, it's go and check it out. A lot of fun videos, and he was fun to watch. He was fun.
It's been 10 years since Arkham Knight came out. That's how old we are now.
That's how fast they used to be able to make games.
Yeah.
Back in my day, you
could get a trilogy of games on one console generation. I have multiple of them right there. I have the Dead Space trilogy and the Mass Effect trilogy.
I won't lie. When Amy turned up, I had a small PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 collection. When she left,
I
had a bigger collection.
And then, like, because it's in like his DVD, it's his TV cabinet, so it was about a third full with like an empty space to the side. And when I left, it was 2 full stacks.
Now all you need is to find that infinite time we've all been searching for to play all these games.
Yeah.
And like you would think, oh, Amy, you're such an enabler. I turned my back on you for 10 minutes in CEX.
She did.
And you came back with a huge stack of games.
I did. But you kind of did start it because you went, oh, here's Star Trek Resurgent. I'll take that. So her showing me it just kind of unleashed me. So it was like, I'll take that. I'll take that.
As one of the self-professed enablers on this podcast, then I'm more than happy that I'm not the only one.
I do want to point out, because I feel like it's only fair, that I outspent Moody in CEX on a single game.
She did.
For audio listeners, Amy's holding up a copy of... Sorry, I can't quite see that.
It's too embarrassing.
Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball 2.
That's no volleyball.
There's no volleyball. It just says Dead or Alive Extreme 2.
But it is the volleyball game.
It is.
You wouldn't know it.
Jiggle physics game.
If you look at the back of it, like there is no
jiggle physics.
There is no mention of volleyball, nor are there any screenshots of volleyball.
I wonder why.
But there is. Oh no! You know what? It's on the front. It's on the bottom. There is a volleyball match happening on the front of the game. It's in 60 frames a second, so it's better than most modern AAA games.
I like the idea of Amy studying the box out. Like, okay, I can see through Kasumi's thigh gap. Yeah, there's a volleyball there.
The funny thing is, though,
between the two characters,
out of all the things that I bought over the 4 days that Amy was here, the best thing I bought was arguably my cheapest thing, and it wasn't even a game. It was a book. A video game guide. Mass Effect video game guide from Xbox. I got it for Forgotten Worlds. I was just like, I'm taking that.
Guide, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it was a guide.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yes, I'm taking that.
I think the man here. Sorry.
It was the first thing I picked up, I think.
Yeah, it was the first thing you picked up. Because we did a walk around and then came back to the start, so he got a lay of the land first. I think the man was so embarrassed to be handling this game that he didn't actually take the disc out of the plastic thing and put it in the thing. He literally just put the disc in the plastic thing inside. This is the first time I've opened. This is the first time I've opened it since I got it.
Yeah. But I did get a game that I think will excite you, Vitz. It's a game I haven't played, but it's a game I know that you very much love, sir. And that is the director's cut of Ghosts of Tsushima.
Wow, yes.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
Right.
title. You're going to have the Iki Island expansion on there as well. Ames.
We're 30 minutes into this podcast, so let's get to our topic.
But I'm very happy for you, mate.
She did say she was going to do this more often when she was up with me.
Like, I'll allow it to go. I'll allow the first part to go longer this week because I did spend like 15 minutes talking about a retro game shop. But
that's fair.
Yeah,
that was your cool thing of the week.
we're 30 minutes in. Let's do this.
Oh,
Cool.
sorry. The YouTube channel I said was the wrong one. It's Many a True Nerd. That one. There, go.
Okay,
That's it.
there you go. This week, sorry, we're going to bring the vibe down a little bit. I know Moody and I waxed lyrical about Microsoft maybe last week, a couple of weeks ago, when we first started getting rumblings of them looking to lay off multiple thousands of people. Well, unfortunately, it happened, friends. 9,000 people across Microsoft's many divisions have been laid off, and it's affected those working for Xbox as well. And essentially, many teams have been affected. Multiple studios have closed down, and all of this seems to be to offset the cost of all the AI stuff they've been investing in recently, which Satya Nadella themselves, the CEO of Microsoft, has been quoted to saying has no value. There's no value to be had in AI, but they seem to be investing in it because that's what all the investors, which become shareholders, that's where they want to see the next boom happen. So Microsoft has to be seen to be investing in AI. Obviously, there's no return to be made on that. So therefore, you've got to cut costs to make the numbers go up, because infinite growth is what they want. And yeah, over 9,000 people have now been laid off or in the process of going through all the HR shenanigans to do that for at least the studios here in the UK. I know for our friends over in the United States, they don't have as many employment protection laws as we do here. But yeah, it's a terrible thing that we alluded to previously, but now it's factual for them. And it's not just the 9,000 people that's been laid off; it's all the heartbeats associated with those 9,000 people. So it's their families, it's the people that depend on them. Say if they have new families and whatnot, and the additional strain of that. And obviously for our friends over in the in the US, sorry, they're also losing access to healthcare, and there's a bunch of other geopolitical things which are happening, which isn't the best time to be laid off and be out of work. And something that Moody has alluded to in the past, all these people are going to leave the gaming industry because there's only so much people can take, and there is no job security to be found whilst the corporations out there are chasing that infinite growth. But as we waxed lyrical about that last time, there was another news piece that came out this week relating to another of Xbox's kind of pillars that they're standing on, it, possibly the single pillar that they stand on, because they decided hardware's not for them anymore. We're going to give you no reasons to buy hardware because all of our games are going elsewhere. Game Pass is what we're talking about today, friends. So, as we know, the Microsoft subscription service across Xbox and PC offers members a catalog of games and other perks. It's unsustainable and, quote, damaging the industry. That's according to Arcane Studio founder Rafael Colantonio. That's the one, Colantonio, who shared his thoughts on, quote, the elephant in the room, unquote, following last week's layoffs at Microsoft. The elephant? Game Pass. I'm taking this from these experts from a Eurogamer write-up on this. Quote, I think Game Pass is an unsustainable model that has been increasingly damaging the industry for a decade, subsidized by Microsoft's infinite money. But at some point, reality has to hit. End quote. And the Colantonio worked on Dishonored and Prey, and kind of headed up Arcane for a while.
Arcane Austin. Yeah. Was
Arcane
it Austin?
Austin, yeah.
Might not have been Austin. It was one of the two
Arcane
Arcane
Studios.
Studios. Yeah, he left and made Weird West at his own studio.
there's more from them. Quote, I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They'll either kill everyone else or give up. And this has kind of been corroborated by some other people with the industry. So Larian's director of publishing, Michael Dowse, said, quote, has the most vocal concern from within their own network, and quote, what happens when all the money runs out? So we've heard this from a number of other spots within the industry, but we've also conversely heard how it's been really good for some independent developers, where the upfront money that they get from Xbox in this case, in order that can often fund the rest of the development of their game, get their game in front of many more people, and at least on for games which are multi-platform, have ended up with boosting sales because awareness is up, because Microsoft will do the marketing push of, hey, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is available on Game Pass, Metaforia Fantasio is on Game Pass, and things like that. So I just want to have a chat about Game Pass and where you think, or where my fellow co-hosts think the future of that service lies.
In shitification. Like,
yep.
to the where the future of Game Pass lies is like eventually, because like it probably is a bit more nuanced than Cole Antonio gives it credit for, like the discussion around it, because like you say, like I think he's spot on in all of his observations. Like I think we've made similar observations in the past, like ourselves, about like the economic reality of Game Pass.
Yeah,
but you are right in like, you know, there are like smaller games that have massively benefited from Game Pass, whether that's like the money that they've been given for it, having their games be on Game Pass, like letting their studios like make the game without having to worry about where the money's coming from.
Sure.
Where does it go in the future? I think at a certain point, like at a certain point, it'll start becoming more and more expensive for a subscription for a worse and worse service, just because of how the reality of eventually, it's a lot like Netflix, you know, when they came in to disrupt the market, and like it was a super cheap thing that had like everything on it, because Netflix like could just throw, the company like that was running Netflix could just throw money into it and didn't need to worry about losses. And then eventually the price starts going up, the library starts shrinking. It'll be this. It's the similar thing is probably going to happen in Game Pass. Like they spent $69 billion on Activision Blizzard so that they could put their games into Game Pass, like to make that library a more attractive thing. And eventually, the economic reality of Game Pass is going to have to get more expensive, and they're going to have to stop spending as much money on putting games into it.
Absolutely. I think anecdotally, we don't hear what Game Pass subscriber numbers are right now. If there are at any level where it would suggest the model is sustainable, then I think we'd be hearing more about it. So it is like some hearsay that we're going off on to say that currently the number of subscribers doesn't cover the cost of investing in all these games, whether it be third party or otherwise. Moody, what's your take? Sorry, Ames, carry on.
No, I was just going to say to that point, and sorry, Media, I won't jump in again in a second. But in the official line from Xbox is Game Pass is profitable. But as we found out recently via Chris String, who is a B2B reporter, he asked the question, like, how is it profitable? And found out that the cost of developing first-party games isn't included in Game Pass, in like the Game Pass costs. So like how much money Microsoft spends on putting games in Game Pass, because in Microsoft's accounting, it's like, well, you know, we still do sell Doom: The Dark Ages, so like they can attribute the cost of the development to the studio rather than the Game Pass. It's like,
right,
but those games still go into Game Pass. So like if you took those games out of Game Pass, like every single like first party like brand new release out of Game Pass, Game Pass probably wouldn't have as many subscribers, and it's like this weird like it's like this weird accounting sleight of hand where it's like no the money like it's profitable because we don't count the fact that we spent $300 million making Doom the Dark Ages. We don't ascribe that to the cost. Yeah, we don't ascribe that to here. We ascribe that to here. So yeah, of course, Game Pass is profitable. Sorry, Moody, go on. Well, I turned my light on because I just forgot to turn.
I think Game Pass will be dead in 10 years, personally. Now, after all of this and everything, and with how Microsoft are being so aggressive with AI and everything, and with just how I truly believe that the three heads of Xbox, Phil, Booth, and I keep forgetting the lady's name.
Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and Matt Booty.
Thank you. I should have saw Spencer, Bond, and Booth. There we go.
Booty.
Booty. Yeah, there we go. Booty. Yeah. I don't think they have any power whatsoever. I think they're just there to be the face, and that's it. Bond is preparing herself probably to be the new face, probably, because I truly believe Phil is going to be out sooner or later. I think personally, the leadership on all three of them has been absolutely diabolical, where they've completely just damaged themselves so much with the lack of leadership from all three of them of how to properly manage all these games, all these developers and studios, to be able to get games out in a quick enough time. Like, how long was it for any of their games from the first, 8 studios they bought, all about 10 years ago, wasn't it? For the one like Hellblade 2 just came out this year, last year, wasn't it? And it's just like that took a long time. And I'm not game development, like we all know, and everything takes a long time, can take a long time. But it's also the management of all that, and that also hurts the system. Like we've seen from with EA, with how they've handled BioWare, 10 years to get the Inquisition, 10+ years to get the Inquisition sequel out, because of what they kept changing it all the time and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going off a tangent there. Apologies. So right now, going off from what I've just seen on what I've read online, they've roughly saying they have around 35 million subscribers for Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. Add that up, it's around 525 million they're getting for that, from the price that I know what I believe it is. But obviously, that could depend on I'm going on from basically their base price, not their family price and everything like that. So it could fluctuate either way. That's not sustainable whatsoever. I don't care what the thing is what they are saying of we don't count the studios they own, basically getting games into it. It's just not sustainable, and I truly believe that not enough it's so bloated that not enough games are actually getting played and seen properly and everything. And yes, it's great for the small indie to AA developer, where they're going to probably what we've already stated and said. I can confirm from my previous company, because we had 2 games go into their Game Pass. It basically we got what covered our costs plus a little extra, because both the games that we released didn't cost that much, but we got a little extra. But the best selling thing for especially Bramble was on PlayStation 5, because PlayStation 5 was the best system to be able to develop on.
Well,
and that's what I think also the thing is about it. Xbox are making themselves such a non-attractive entity when it comes to being for developers. I've stated on many occasions, Xbox is a crap system to develop on, because they have it on they have 2 different SKUs, and they want the game to play on 2 different SKUs, and one is weaker. It's like developing for the Switch, and it's just why have you done this? You're making it so developers are not only developing for PlayStation 5 and PS4 at the same time right now, Switch 2 and Switch, which is and Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox One games still to this day and everything. And that obviously hurts the life of just how long it takes to get games developed as well, because of we're developing for so many different versions of the game, and it just makes it even more harder.
Plus, no one buys games on Xbox anymore.
And and there's that as well. And so I'll say that so at my old company, we had like a cupboard where all our games were and everything like that. The one that we had least the most was Xbox. We barely had any Xbox games. It's what we barely sold or anything like that. We had a lot of PS5, PS4, and Switch games and everything. Those were our best sellers, and they were continued until we were closed till last September. And I can't. For me, I can see the CEO of Microsoft shutting Game Pass down in 10 years' time, because I think I understand his point of view from a certain extent, to where we gave you $70 billion to buy a company which we haven't got back for us.
Yeah, you haven't seen any return on.
Yeah, we haven't seen a quick enough return, which you promised. And I'm guessing they promised a quicker return, and they haven't sustained, and they haven't been able to do it. And then you throw in, like what you said at the beginning, Vitz, they are going all in on AI and everything, and all their investors are giving them all this money to go in on AI. And because they aren't seeing money for that right now, they are trickling it down to the Xbox part, which isn't, yes, it's profitable for them, but it's to compare that to everything else, what they get a profit from. Xbox is a very small, minute profit margin for them.
Compared to like the Windows and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Like for us, like it's a profit, hey, bring it all in for us. But for them, it's nothing. And it's like Microsoft. I think Microsoft Game Pass, I think, is gone in 10 years. I've stated that a few times now. Yeah. But there's a chance I think Xbox is gone, and they just go change it to Microsoft games altogether and just go full on
bring back Windows gaming.
Don't do anything hardware related whatsoever, because they. Sorry,
I said they won't do anything like Windows gaming again.
Oh, no, because I truly think.
Sorry, carry on.
No, I truly think this handheld thing that's coming out this year is going to crash and burn. I think the next Xbox is going to crash and burn. You're going to have the Xbox diehards who are going to buy this stuff. I get that, but they're not a big enough number. They never have been.
And what reason are you giving people to buy any hardware when all of the games are going to be on multiple systems? And with the price of console systems these days, many people are going to find themselves in a situation where they're either buying 0 and then turn to cloud streaming services, or they're able to buy 1. And you also have some very salient point in terms of Xbox leadership. And for sure, like Spencer, Bond, and Booty may have had a hand on the wheel at some point.
Sounds like a
but
terrible
Satya Nadella of the
it sounds like a shit law firm every time you say
it. But they're all made partner, right? But Satya Nadella has the biggest hand on the wheel, because Xbox are like, look, now before we let you get away with anything, you could spend whatever the heck you want, but now we need to see results. And I think that's where any of the control that controlling air quotes they had before has all gone, because now they have to answer to Microsoft, because to your point, Moody, they need to see results, and they need to see yesterday, never mind today, kind of thing.
Which is shit, by the way. I'll just state that they should be patient and allow Phil to do his shit. But at the end of the day, he's lost. You can see he's lost.
That's it. And I imagine it's the same situation on the PlayStation side too, in terms of the thing that's holding back PlayStation is Sony, in terms of giant corporation, and they'll probably need to see a profit as well. We're probably just not hearing as much of those because we don't have any figurehead people on the PlayStation side no more. That's a bygone era of seeing Shuhei Yoshida and boys and whatnot, and Jackie T back in the day, Jackie Trendon.
This is how you give a game to a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just quickly throw in one more thing? It's like the thing is about it that the injuries, because of what happened, especially during COVID and everything like that, the height of COVID, should I say, because COVID's still going on.
Sure is.
With how skyrocketing their numbers, wherever it came to profiting and everything like that, they overbloated the industry so much with hiring and everything like that, which sounds really terrible when I say that, because I want people in jobs and everything, but it's now they are wanting they want that number obviously to continue to go high, and it's not. And because they overextended, they are now their over exuberance is now hurting people who just want to create an amazing, hopefully touch wood, an amazing game for players and everything, and they are losing out.
Is it the execs who are paying for this?
No.
Is it execs that are paying for their exuberance? No, it's not. It's the people on the ground.
No, which sucks. That's the thing. That's what I hate. That's what I hate so much. Like I hate, and the games industry is an abusive relationship. Like I hate and love it at the same time because I work in it and I love where I'm at right now and everything, and I feel so good, especially with how it ended last year, and but I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. A lot of people are not. 9,000 people plus are not from last week, and we're hearing more. So
yeah, and it's not enough that it was enough money for Xbox that they posted the highest share price they did last Tuesday. It's not enough for them that they posted enormous sales and revenue off the back of their last quarterly review. It's not enough that they took all of Israeli money tainted in the blood of all the Palestinian children that they killed. And all that still isn't enough. They still felt the need that we need to lay off these 9,000 people as well, just to make up some headfall for some dumbass AI thing, which isn't going to return a profit in any way, shape, or form. It's bad news bears all around. But don't worry, dear listener, the podcast will get better later on. The vibes will be restored.
Don't worry, the vibes are coming back, but not right now. I've taken to ironically in a PlayStation notebook. I've taken to writing notes as I think of things, so I could remember to bring them up later. And so when Moody was talking about the shittest Suits villains, Spencer Bond and Booty, attorneys at law. Like an interesting question I had about Microsoft. Well, interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to anybody else. Was like and like the moves that they made over the last week was that they canceled Everwild. So the game's been in development for 10 years. It was I think it started development in 2015. I think I remember reading. So at no point in those 10 years did anyone at Xbox think, because I assume they've cancelled it because the development's not going well. It's not hitting its milestones. It's not. There's something's been going wrong with Everwild. And the fact that it didn't release in 10 years tells me that there was something wrong with the development of Everwild. And nobody at Xbox noticed in 10 years. Like, they only just noticed now that Everwild wasn't shaping up to be a game that could be released. Like that one time that it showed up and it's like, huh? It goes back to Moody and I covered some stories. Like, there was a series of stories a few years ago about like mismanagement at various Xbox studios. I don't remember specifically which studios. I think the State of Decay developers was one of them.
We haven't heard a single thing about of late, which is not a surprise.
There was like I think there was like 3 or 4 of them in a very short space of time. And when we got to the 3rd or 4th one, we both asked the question, like, to ourselves, of like, what the fuck's going on at Microsoft? Like, because at a certain point, like, I get, like, I'm not sitting here preaching corporate, like, I'm not like saying like executives should be like meddling in the day-to-day of like game development. That was a bad idea. Executives are terrible at game development. But at a certain point, there has to be like clear goals set for a game's development, and if those goals aren't being reached, somebody needs to step in and say, what's going on? How can we help get this game back on track? Whereas it sounds like a game like Everwild has just been left to flounder for an indeterminate period of time. Because I'm sure, like, when it started, it was going well. Or there was at some point, like, maybe it's when they revealed the game, it was like, yeah, the development's going pretty well. But at some point in the last 10 years, it has to have been obvious. And that's when somebody from Xbox needs to step in to try and get the game back on track. Or just cancel it years ago. Like,
yes,
it can't have just been recently that they noticed that this game was having trouble. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No, you're spot on. And I think Phil kind of mentioned it last year when the whole Arcane thing kicked off last year, I might be correct here. So, or 2 years ago, that they bought too many studios all at once and they never got properly set up properly, and he's massively mishandled it. and everything, and it clearly shows. It clearly shows that for how long it took all their first set of studios to get their games out. Like State of Decay is still waiting for that State of Decay studio. We're still waiting for State of Decay 3. They showed it last year. We didn't see it at all this year. I bet a lot of people's very interested to see what if Xbox are doing anything at Gamescom this year.
I think they'll cancel it.
I think it's cancelled. I think they're gone. I truly believe that.
I genuinely dislike speculating about game studios because we're speculating about people's livelihoods. But when the news was breaking about like studios being closed and budgets being slashed, I genuinely was waiting to hear like Undead Labs has been closed down because it's the one that I remember from years ago, like having issues, and it's just like. When Phil Spencer went on that podcast and talked about Redfall, and what went wrong with Redfall, the two of us sat here and I gave him the benefit of the doubt because everything he was saying was correct. Everything he was saying, it passed the vibe check. We bought too many studios. Maybe we and him admitting we should have stepped in at some point with the development of Redfall because we could see that it was going wrong. And I was like, good. That's the correct lesson to take away from this. It's 2 years later. The same thing is happening again. What the fuck have you been doing for the last 2 years to manage this situation better? Nothing. You haven't done anything because we're in the same situation again. The only difference is the game didn't release.
Yeah. And to your point as well, the initiative has shut down. Yeah, absolutely. The initiative was shut down, and they were working on the Perfect Dark game. And if you remember, dear listener, the initiative wasn't just a AAA studio. This was the first quadruple A studio,
and last.
And they were working on Perfect Dark, and it was going so well that Xbox actually did step in this time, and they got Crystal Dynamics to parachute into to try and help the game. And then we saw allegedly what was gameplay. Last year. I know some people on Bluesky have been saying yes that it was actually real, but you had to play it in a very particular manner in order to get the things which happened in the trailer. So there's some caveats there, but then again, I'm not a developer, so I don't know how this magic works. It's all mystery to me right now. But even that's gone, and that was like one of the tentpole games that they were talking about to kind of diversify away from the Halo, Forza, Gears that they constantly were talking about. And like the Turn 10 team who was involved in Forza Motorsport, that team's been slashed by 50%. So are they just going to come and support studio for playground games?
And yeah, because the rumor is that Forza Motorsport as a series is done. Like
I spoke on this very podcast about how disappointing that game was. So yeah, it's always disappointing to see, and always heartbreaking to hear that people are going to lose their jobs. But again, it all speaks to mismanagement.
Xbox seem to have lost the ability to release games, which is that's a wild thing to say. But like considering like the last 12 months, like they've had like a lot of games released. But I think about like who made those games. All right, cool. So in Indiana Jones, and you'll have to refresh my memory because I really haven't been paying a lot of attention to Xbox. But Indiana Jones came out, which was Machine Games, which was a Bethesda studio.
Yeah.
Doom came out, which is id Software, which was a Bethesda studio. Microsoft Flight Simulator came out, which was a Microsoft studio, like not a purchased in Microsoft studio, but it was fucking bollocks at launch. Like I remember,
it sure was.
Like how badly that game launched, and it just the recent past for me, it makes me wonder if like there's an Xbox effect going on with the studios that are being bought, where it's just like any studio that seems to come in seems to like slowly like get worse at making games. And I think Bethesda is somewhat immune to this because they weren't just a studio that was bought. Bethesda were their own third-party publisher.
Yeah.
So they have their own systems and mechanics in place. And I might just be talking completely out of my arse. I'm not an insider who has any inside information on Xbox. I'm just looking at it. as somebody who's followed the games industry for a long time, thinking like Xbox used to be great at publishing games. In the Xbox generation and the Xbox 360 generation, even the Xbox One generation, like their consoles sucked and their reveals sucked, but like they still put games out. And then in that Xbox, somewhere in that Xbox One generation, I feel like things started to go wrong, and I feel like they've just been getting worse and worse to the point where we're at now.
Yeah, and like Phil Spencer's spoken to this point about how the Xbox One generation was the worst generation for them to lose. So they were up against the PS4 at the time, maybe the PS3, but
PS4.
this was the kind of first generation where people were making digital profiles and started building their digital libraries. And
I agree with that to a certain. I think losing air quotes, losing that generation would have made things more difficult than losing any other previous console generation.
Yeah,
but I think Phil's using that as a bit of an excuse, because if you build it, they will come. If they built all of these really cool games and put it on their box and no other box, that's PlayStation's entire strategy. Like, you know. Like, oh, people are building their digital libraries, and like, you know, they're bringing their libraries forward from one generation, you know, to the other generation. Like, if you like Nintendo, up until Switch 2 and like Switch 1 to Switch 2, like you had to rebuy all of the games over and over again. Yep. People did it because the games were worth buying over and over again. Like, he's right in saying it definitely hurts because people can bring their PS4 library or their PS5 and their PS5 library, assumedly, to their PS6. But like, if they just built great games and put them on their box, like, they'd be doing better.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I think one. That's it. Thank you. I think one of the things I want to shout out is Laura Fryer. A video that both me and Amy watched she's a former developer of Xbox. She was there at Xbox in the Xbox 360 era. And the video was why Xbox lost. Now, this all happened like when Phil was like talking about all that shit of what happened last year. And the thing that one of the biggest things that she called out was the culture of Xbox. The culture when the Xbox and 360 era was completely different to what the culture is now, or like during like the back end of the 360 era to the Xbox One and to the Xbox One Series X series consoles and everything. And it all started basically when Dominic Mack took over, and like when he took over and changed the complete culture, where she was basically one of the big faces of Xbox, and everyone was saying it was expecting her to get one of the big exec roles, and she didn't. They hired a person who wasn't even qualified to do the role. A Pasty White Mood, like Pasty White Man, as always. And
I've heard this song before.
And she saw, and eventually she left Xbox after seeing what was changing and everything, because of how everything that what they were doing was working and everything. And it's just. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like Xbox, I don't want Xbox to die or anything like that. Like like I said, they've brought out some great games. They were a great disruptor to like help Nintendo and even PlayStation to stop messing around and like say, yo, we've got another challenger. Let's crack on and let's all put out great games, because I think they all benefited from each other, but.
Competition improves the industry, 100%.
Yeah, and now because of the whoever decided to hire stupid Don Matrick and his culture that he decided to bring in, if it can change, I think it's just had ripple effects throughout Xbox, and it has not recovered. And Phil was part of the industry with her, Laura Fryer, and she's like sympathized for him and everything like that. I don't have any sympathy, because I think he's become what he may have hated all those years ago. He's no longer a disruptor. He is just an executive or CEO of a company with no power whatsoever, and he is just the yes person for them. And like for me, like even if like I say like Spencer, Booth, and Bond should lose their jobs, personally, and get a new management should get put in. I don't have faith in Microsoft to be able to replace adequate anyway, because they'll just replace with yes people anyway, just to try and to get that number to go up higher and everything. And I think the ultimate thing is Xbox should never have bought Activision. I think they made. This would not be happen as bad as of effect if they didn't buy Activision. And because Phil saw a thing of it's like, oh shit, could we do this? Could we actually do this? Because I want my Game Pass to do these things and everything. And he post thought I could get Call of Duty on Game Pass and that's going to just go, and it hasn't to the significant numbers of what they want. And it's just another failure of Phil.
The issue with them buying like Activision Blizzard, aside from obviously like how much it cost, was as soon as Microsoft acquired that company, they would have been starting to get their income, their World of Warcraft income, their Call of Duty income, and I think that's what
the King income as well,
because everything, because that's what's changed their approach to that. We speculated about this when Activision Blizzard was bought by Microsoft, when the deal was before the deal went through on the podcast. Of everybody was hoping, because the historical context at the time was Activision Blizzard was being run by Bobby Kotick. There were multiple allegations against him, the entire C-suite at Activision and at Blizzard. And then there was a hope that Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard would hopefully at least change Activision Blizzard's culture, to which I think both myself and Moody were worried that Activision Blizzard is such a big company. Our worry was the opposite would happen. Like Activision Blizzard culture would change Microsoft's culture, and I think that's what we're seeing happen now. Because I think you can't look at, if you bring in that company and you see those and now not only are you seeing those Call of Duty numbers, but you're getting those Call of Duty numbers. What's the incentive to continue making smaller and medium-sized games? Where's the incentive for that if you have Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and King, the mobile developer, in your back pocket? It's why can't we just make this amount of money instead of this amount of money?
Exactly. And to execs who don't know anything about the industry and just think, oh, video game's a video game, therefore everything should be Call of Duty and Fortnite numbers. That's how you get unrealistic expectations, and that's how you fall flat on your face. And Moody, to your point, I have zero sympathy for Phil Spencer anymore, because even on the announcement of these layoffs, he comes out and he says the dumbest shit you can at a time where nobody ever needs to ever hear of this stuff about how the company is its strongest ever and it's in this best place to go on to incredible success. But yeah, we're going to lay these 9,000 people off. Phil, you have the agency as a human being to say, no, I'm not going to say this shit. I as a human cannot stand up here put 10 toes on the ground and say that this company is the strongest it's ever been and it's to the work that you all put in and that we're the strongest place to ever go, but we're going to have to let you go. No, it's still a physical choice for you to say that. You got enough money, I'm sure, back in the bank where you can just fall on your sword and honorably take the L on this one. But no, you stood up there and you said the things that you did, and you have lost all respect.
The thing I hated about his response, or his thing he put out, was he admitted that, oh, we're doing this because we want our number to go up.
Yeah.
It's basically in the lines and everything, is thinking, to continue this success, we're sacking off 9,000 people. And I know this is across Microsoft and everything, but the main chunk has been Xbox.
Yeah.
And everything. And it's just like, how you could, 50% of Turn 10, who's now basically just a Horizon driving game backup team. You didn't touch any of the companies that I think a lot of people thought you were going to touch, and that was obviously the first, the indie second party studios that they bought all those years ago, which I think is eventually going to get just chopped up. If I was them, I would be looking to get out of my contract. If I can buy it to get out, to take rights back and get away from Xbox, I would say if you are capable of doing this, run as far as you fucking can, because I think...
Yeah, Double Fine, get the fuck out. Please.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
So, yeah,
Double Fine probably can't get the fuck out, but the veteran game developers who have worked there for a long time probably can, and are more likely to. Like, we've seen as part of these layoffs, we've seen like people leave, like Greg Miles, who's been at Rare for almost 40 years, left because of the cuts that came down at Rare. Like, the creative director of Sea of Thieves has left the company. Like, you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see this from Xbox, where I think a lot of veteran talent is just going to leave, just leave the company, because there's a lot. Hey, you know what? Those quarterly financials come around every 3 months, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more studios to close.
But yeah,
the silence there, I think, was definitely
the silence is golden. So, in summary, Microsoft is making Xbox look bad, but they're doing a bang up job of doing it themselves.
They don't know how to run a company. They don't know how to run a game publisher, or like they don't know how to be a game publisher anymore. And it shows now more than ever. Cool. Let's take a halftime break.
Yeah.
Before I punch a hole in something. I'm putting a ban on we're not talking about Microsoft for at least a month. Unless they launch a tactical nuclear assault on Sony headquarters or something equally as dramatic, like, then we're not talking about them for at least 4 weeks.
They go, yo, IDF, you know how you've been bombing the shit out of Palestine? I got one more target for you.
So, we'll take a halftime break. We will see you in a moment. Or 40 moments.
What's good, everyone? I'm Vitz Patel. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, let's go.
It's time for Pixel Pop Stars, the video game and pop culture game show. Let these platformers beyond. Enter your state of flow.
Season 2 of Pixel Pop Stars on Twitch and YouTube at Vitz Patel.
There's another thing. Dragon's Ill Veilguard won the Game of the Year at the Game Awards as well. That's pretty cool.
Amazing.
Hell
Ames, run that intro again.
And we're back. I hope my audio is good.
I got it.
I'm holding this microphone in an unusual pose. But it is what it is. Hey, welcome back. Vitz, is the Pixel Pop Stars Season 2 finale soon?
It is. It is this Saturday. So whenever you happen to be listening to this, you can catch us live on twitch.tv/Vitz Patel, or catch the VOD in high quality over on youtube.com/Vitz Patel, where we'll be seeing the one and only Alec, the legend that is Rahula Hoop, and the one they call Mr. Hawks, vying it out for the Season 2 championship.
Let's go. I am team Rahula Hoop.
Yeah, if he fails, if he loses, he's a failure in our eyes. And
I mean, I'm
should
not
never
going
be
that
allowed
far.
on the show ever again.
I mean, I'm not going that far. I'm putting it out there that, like, you know, you've got to support the person that took you out.
Yeah.
Like Raul, he beat the best, so it's like if he beat the best, so he's already a winner in our eyes, so it's all good.
Yeah, but it's on the line.
It's
if he
on the
loses,
line,
then
though,
he's
yeah.
no longer a winner.
Yeah.
Again, I distance
dead to
myself.
me.
I'm distancing myself from all of these remarks. The only thing I have said is that I'm supporting Rahula Hoop.
There you go. Come what may.
I am Amy Alexander. I approve that message, but I don't approve any of the other messages.
There weren't messages. There were facts.
Again, This is all Moody. This is
It's
nothing to
part
do
of
with me.
Amy's podcast, so
And
in
the record
association,
show.
Amy is also implicit in this, so it's all
Nope,
good.
that's not how any of this works.
It's on the internet. It's
You're
how,
telling-
when it's on the internet is always right.
It's on the internet that I am not a part of any of this. Saying that out loud with my words.
Just let go, Amy. Just let go.
That this is all Moody. I have enough enemies in
Amy.
life. I don't need any more.
We know how you're expert at holding grudges as well. So yeah,
I don't know. I'm not holding a grudge. Rule of one, fair and square.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but not about this other grudges, like the one you was hanging on for 5 years or whatever.
I have legitimate grudges, and this is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for Indie Game of the Week. This is something we do every week where we talk about a cool-looking, upcoming indie game that we think you should click on, we think you should have a look at, and most importantly, we think you should wishlist. If you like indie games, scroll on down to the description of wherever you're choosing to listen to and or watch this podcast, and you'll find a link to our Steam Curator page, which I finally updated after forgetting for about 4 weeks. It's got every single indie game of the week we have ever done, and that is factually correct this time.
Wowie wow.
That's well over 150 games at this point.
Wow.
I'm keeping track.
For all the listeners, Amy just winked at the camera.
I just winked at the camera. It's well over 150 games at this point. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a Steam sale. It's going on. A lot of the games are an indie game of the week that I've released are now all on sale. Find yourself some cool looking games by scrolling through that list. And here's another one to add to the list. It's called Dice Gambit. Let me read you some of the Steam description. Shape and lead your own fully customizable and debt-ridden family of inquisitors in charge of hunting the chromatic monsters infesting the city. Unlock unique abilities, hang out with eccentric nobles, learn the secrets the city holds while occasionally delivering ice cream. I've got some bullet points here. I'm going to read a few of them, not all of them. There's a lot of bullet points.
Yeah.
Begin your legacy by creating and defining your own noble family with its own unique visual identity. Advance your family agenda by marrying partners with the right combinations of skills. Use your Let me try that again. Use your newfound allies' influence to unlock new facilities and acquire powerful skills. Navigate the battlefield by rolling dice and use them to control your knights in combat. Combine dice to unleash your character's powerful abilities and decimate your foes, and a lot more. Do you want to know what all the other bullet points say? Scroll down, click the link, have a look at the game, watch the trailer, check out the screenshots, but most importantly, click that wishlist button. It's a really good idea.
And check out the demo too. You can download the first act of the game. The demo's up there on Steam. The art style is phenomenal, and I already love the character art.
I'm intrigued about the ice cream part of the game.
Everybody loves ice cream.
I love ice cream,
Who
but maybe it's just because I'm sitting in an oven right now. But I'm very on board with the ice cream part of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is our indie game of the week. This week it is called Dice Gambit.
Dice Gambit.
Planned release date August 2025, so it's not that far away.
Just around the corner.
Click that wish list button and you'll get an email when it comes out. Shall we
Continue
Continue
raising
the
the vibes,
podcast.
Ames.
continue raising the vibes? I can do that because a few weeks ago, when Vitz went off to do Vitz things and left me and Moody alone on the podcast to fall into a pit of chaos
Titties.
and titties, we built a backlog for 2025 games. It went really, really well. I added one game to that list, and then they updated their Steam store page to be like, we've used AI to make some of the thingamabobs and the doohickeys in the game. And I went, cool, let me delete that game off of the list and find another game to add to the list. And then I thought, hey, you know what? And I'm going to date when all of this interaction happened by going, hey, and I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I didn't give the alters a fair enough shake. Maybe I should add that to the list and maybe give that a go. And then literally the next day, that game came off of the list, and I've just left the space blank for now. But
Yeah.
go on.
I was going to say for context, I got rumbled by using AI stuff, and they just thought, you know what, we'll get away with it, and no one will be any the wiser.
But I play. But one of the things I was doing, one of the things I started doing that day was I played Citizen Sleeper 2, and I finished Citizen Sleeper 2 not that long ago. In that game, you play as an AI. Which it makes this tangentially related. Like, it's obviously a sequel to Citizen Sleeper. Long-term listeners of the podcast will know that I absolutely adored the first game. The first game had you like in one place. You were on the Eye, which was a space station, and sort of building a life on the Eye as a sleeper. Someone who is, and I'm going to try and get this right. It's set in a cyberpunk future, capitalist nightmare hellhole where people can sell themselves to corporations and then go into cryo sleep, and while they're in cryo sleep, their personalities are like copied into android bodies, and they work off like debt and stuff like that. But you play as a sleeper who is broken away from the corporation, is on the run. And in Citizen Sleeper 2, you also play as that, like a different one. I think it could be the same one. It could go either way, but you play as that. But instead of being tied to one location, you're on the run in Citizen Sleeper 2. So you have a ship, you go fly around different places, doing a story, but picking up crew members. And so it's got more of it's got the same sort of found family vibe, but more in the line of like Farscape or Firefly than necessarily like like the other type, where it's like you're just on a station and you're in a stationary place. This one, it's like you're flying around all over the asteroid belt, on the run from a guy called Lane, who is trying to take over your mind and control you and do all this bad stuff to you. It's a similar template for the gameplay, where it's like it's very much tabletop gaming. So at each location that you go to, there'll be like actions that you can perform. Some of it is just based on like buying fuel for your ship, stuff like that. Other stuff is like exploring a station. And every day you roll dice, D6 dice. My pen just exploded. Every day you roll 5 D6. So like you get results on each dice from 1 to 6, and you take those dice and you plug them into like an activity. So say for example, there was an activity where you could earn some money by like doing some engineering work. Like you have character classes with stats, so like you might be really good at engineering. That gives you a bonus to a dice that you plug in. So you could plug this dice in 2, put it in that slot, and it goes to 4. The higher number that you put in, the more chance of something positive happening. The lower number, the higher chance of something negative happening. And that's sort of like the basis of the gameplay. And where it differs from the first game is because of the crew-based mechanic. You go out on missions, on contracts to like do stuff like that, and you have crew members who have their own proficiencies that you can bring along on missions. So someone might be good at something that you're not. You bring them along. You can put their dice into something that you are terrible at. And I fucking loved it. Surprise, surprise. Oh, yeah. Surprise, surprise. I loved the first one. I loved the second one. It was 10 hours of, like, for a game that is like set in like this capitalistic nightmare future, where it's like you're surviving, like you and everybody in the game is surviving on like the outer rim of a solar system, because the inner rim of the solar system is 2 giant corporations fighting a war. Like the game is extremely, like the first game, the second game is also extremely like hopeful.
Yeah,
it's about like, you know, building communities in this like hell of a future, and building relationships, and like the hope that you can find in just carrying on. And it is quite beautiful in its own way, while also a scathing indictment of, you know, capitalism.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people have been raving about this game, and I'm so glad that you are now one of them. Yeah, I think this is one of the most special games to come, and who doesn't love rolling die and having that decide your fate? And like I said, just putting like having a loose plan of what you'd like to do today, and it's kind of okay. So I'm going to put the 6 that I rolled on this d6 into one particular skill, but I don't fancy talking to people today, so I'm going to put the lower ranked dice in that particular slot, and then just go about it. And I think it opens up so much of the game, because you might have a plan, but then the dice may not fall in your favor for what you want to do that day, kind of thing, if it just kind of evens across the board. So you just need to be on your toes and dynamic about it. So hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like navigating. You've got to navigate the roles that you get, and that includes like when you go off on missions on contracts, you usually have some sort of time limit to accomplish things. Like a lot of Citizen Sleeper is based on like wheels. So like when you're exploring a new place, for example, you don't have all of the locations open to you. You have to explore it, or like get to know the people on the station and like talk to them and ask around, and they'll tell you how to find things. And that's how the dice rolls come into play with it, where it's like positive successes will fill this wheel up faster than the negatives, which might not fill it up at all. It might just give you stress, or potentially like there's mechanics in there where it's like you can get glitch die. If a dice glitches, it has a 20% positive, 80% negative chance, and there is no neutral. So it's like, and you get rid of glitches in your system, because you are playing an Android, by rolling those glitch dice. So it's like, okay, where do I put this thing that is probably gonna fail? Like, I'm probably gonna get a negative outcome out of this, and it is a fun way of of keeping things tense. All the way throughout like the game, because it's like you need to succeed at things, obviously, to like survive in this game. And it's like, you put that dice in and it's a 50% neutral, 50% negative chance, but you need the neutral. It's like, you've got to get this fucking neutral. And you click the thing, and it takes a second as it fills up to see what you get. And it's like, come on. And it's like, in the best traditions of like playing a TTRPG, like even say Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. And when you roll the dice and you're watching it roll around, and it's like, it's something so really like critical, and you're just like, please. I can't fail at this. I need this to roll well.
That's incredible.
Yeah, like it's that risk reward thing. It's like, yeah, sure, you could get poor rolls on one day, but still, the dice could, like, the chances could come up in your favor, right? It's like it's got that nice balance to it. Whereas like bad rolls don't necessarily mean you're totally fucked for a day. Like things can still come up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up now.
Everything can still come up Millhouse.
That's brilliant. I'm so glad this game vibe for you, because as I said, like, a lot of my friends are really into this game as well, and more people should wax lyrical about the things that they love. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that when, like, everything we talked about in the first topic of the podcast, it can be easy to lose sight of the fact that actually, like, the video games are pretty cool though. Like, yeah, despite the industries, video games come out and they are amazing.
It's a good game. It's got a fun gameplay loop. It's got really cool writing. All the characters are really cool.
Beautiful art style too.
Very nice art style. Cool music. And I think the storyline is well handled. I really enjoyed the ending. Like, I thought the ending was quite beautiful in its own way. So yeah. That's Citizen Sleeper 2. I really enjoyed it. I think if you're a fan of the first game, check it out. Like, check out the sequel. If you don't know anything about it, look it up and maybe get both. They're both wonderful games.
Mm-hmm.
And
I imagine the first one is on sale at the moment.
I imagine they're both on sale at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a Steam sale if you haven't heard. But the
Steam sale.
Interestingly enough, the developer is making a Citizen Sleeper 3. Like, I was reading about it after I finished the game, but the Citizen Sleeper 3 is going to literally be a tabletop role-playing game. Like,
hell yeah.
So spook. And I think it would be a really cool fit for a TTRPG.
The original Citizen Sleeper is currently £5.02 over here in these United Kingdoms.
That's a deal. That game is good. So is this one.
That is a deal. Mm-hmm.
I wholeheartedly recommend.
Yeah. 1574 for Citizen Sleeper 2
both
Starwood Vector at the moment.
You can get both for like 20 quid.
Yeah, 1869. You can get both.
There you go. Worth it.
That's a bargain, right?
Vitz, buy them.
On it, boss.
But no, yeah. Citizen Sleeper 2, great game. I absolutely loved it. And you can get it on everything, I'm pretty sure. I played it on
Steam
PC.
for cheap.
Cool. And Moody wants to talk about a game that I also sort of played with him.
We both played it.
We both played
We
it.
both played it
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Together.
And I've seen a
both-
Let's Play, so I'll know what you're talking about.
Both me and Amy played Neva over the days she was with me. Neva is a puzzle platform game developed by Nomad Studios and published by Devolver Digital, and it follows a young woman named Alba who must travel with her wolf companion Neva across 4 seasons, who is in a world corrupted by darkness. If you know Nomad Studios, they're the developer of Grisp, one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. Even though I've never played the game, I remember the trailers, I've seen it. It's an absolutely gorgeous game. And just following suit with that, never is the same. It is an absolutely breathtaking game. There's no doubt about it. The game visually is just absolutely gorgeous. Just for that alone, for me, it's just worth the purchase for me personally. The game is just drop dead gorgeous with beautiful music. And so, the game I overall very much enjoyed this game. I think the combat is very well done. I think the versal is very well done. It's a very nuanced game of just like slowly bringing you into the game, of like seeing what happened and everything. If you've seen, I'm not going to spoil anything massive of the game, but I'll spoil like it's not spoiler because it was in the trailer. Neva's mother dies at the beginning of the game, and you are traversing the rest of the world with raising Neva up through the 4 seasons. Basically, it's kind of like The Last of Us when it comes to like how the seasons all happened and everything like that.
Not the hotel, like actual like seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, not the 4 seasons. No, like I said, I think the gameplay is really well done. I think it's very Amy won't like me saying this just because of how but she even said it herself. It's very dark soulish when it comes to its combat. What?
I believe the words I used when you said that while I was sitting on the couch was say that again and I'll karate chop you.
Yep, I'm far away from you now, so
Hey,
I'm all good.
there was some correlation between the 2 statements of the statement in the video game. That's what we put together.
Look,
That's
no,
okay.
he's misremembering what happened. What happened was I did a boss fight and didn't get past it. And then I passed the controller to Moody. It was like a mid-game boss fight. And Moody got through the whole thing hitless. To which I looked at him and I said, I didn't fucking compare the game to Dark Souls. All I said was, I was worried about you playing Elden Ring on stream. I have just watched you do this. I'm not worried anymore.
Yeah, it's a Dark Souls game, exactly.
And then you said that, and then I threatened you with violence.
Yeah.
So
Dark Souls, this
just-
motherfucker.
So like Never's just like the greatest Dark Souls game ever. It's like I'm now the greatest Dark Souls player. It's like it's how great I am. It's in everything. But no, yeah. The game was like a lot of fun. I had a full banter with it, great banter with it, playing with Amy. Like we were passing it back and forward. It came to the game and everything. It's a game about cycles and everything, and accepting what's going to happen and everything, and so on, with what's going through the story and everything. And I think it's very beautifully well done. There were some parts where I'm just like, is this a little bit quote unquote artsy fartsy, where it's just like if you don't get it, you may not get certain things or see the nuances, what they're going for and everything. And I hold my hand up, I didn't get certain things and everything. There was some parts of just like I don't think they were very well explained and everything. For it again comes to the artsy fartsiness to it where for the game. But I'm sure, like I've seen videos of people like who for them got it and understood it very well, which is well done to them and whatnot for that. Thanks to I really enjoyed this game. I had a lot of fun with it.
Hell yeah. I think I'm right in saying, and please correct me, this game features no dialogue apart from your main protagonist going, Neva! And she is an absolute badass, the main character of this story. And Neva, of course, is all different types of adorable. And you are raising this pup from a pup through to adulthood kind of thing, and it is special. And throughout the game, from what I could tell anyway, it introduces new mechanics as you go from season to season, and the art style changes in many ways. Not so much, sorry, the art style doesn't change, but it adds new layers to it. Yeah, the scenery changes, and you're adding new levels of verticality to it as well, and obviously like the challenge ramps up, and as Neva grows with you throughout the game, they gain more abilities to aid you in combat and stuff, and the story is one of the most powerful things I've ever seen, and yeah, it brought me to tears. It was that powerful, and I highly recommend everybody check it out, and all the plaudits that Moody's alluding to this are thoroughly well deserved.
Alba's a badass when you're controlling her. When you're not controlling her, I will question what you said there. For me personally,
as a character, just like this sword wielding, this sword wielding woman, and I just thought she kicked ass.
It's a cool story. I like I don't know whether it was just the luck of the draw, but Moody passed me the controller at some like interesting moments, where it would just be like, "Here, take the controller," and then all of a sudden I'd be in like, I guess like spoilers for like some sections of the game, gameplay spoilers, not necessarily story spoilers for the game, but like there was one moment where you passed me the controller, and then all of a sudden I was in that mirror. There was like a mirrored section, and I was going into that cold. I fucking love that section, but it was like, what's happening?
Gameplay wise and like just developer wise, when I saw that myself, I was just like,
it was so good. It was so cool. It was so fucking cool. Like, there's so much cool stuff. Like, it starts off and it's a little bit slow, but as you like progress through the game and you start unlocking new abilities, I'll call them abilities. Like each is like Neva grows. And you grow, it's so satisfying to like, like at first Neva is just like a random, like you just do a random attack on an enemy, but then all of a sudden it's like you can fucking throw Neva at enemies, and it's like later on as things progress, it is really, really satisfying to like do. And like I like the boss encounters. I like, as someone who doesn't really like 2D platformers, like I did enjoy this one. I think partially because of its length. The only thing I'll say, because we alluded to it in our Discord chat, like Moody had to take the controller off me at one point because I almost smashed his TV up. Was like, it does this thing, like we all have pet peeves about like things games do sometimes, and one of my pet peeves is you have this awesome thing, this awesome level of progression where you keep unlocking new abilities and unlocking new abilities, and then you get to the end of the game and the game goes, now we're going to take all those away, have fun, and the answer is no, I'm not having much fun. And like it did rob like the story somewhat of impact for me, because I'm playing, like now I'm getting tilted, right? It's like, the game is throwing all these challenges at me, and I used to have all of these fun tools to like play through the game, and now it's like it's level 1 again, right? And I was getting really annoyed, because that is one of my pet peeves. I really was. That is one of my pet peeves of games. It's like I don't like it when they do the thing where they take all of your stuff away from you and go like, no. And like, no, stop doing that, video games. It's not fun. And I was getting really annoyed. I had to pass the controller back to Moody. I had to finish the game.
I understand. I completely understand where Amy's coming from with that. Like for me, it didn't really bother me, like I said, but I can see where it can.
Now you're a Dark Souls master.
I'm a Dark Souls master now. Yeah, so it's like Prink Elden Ring. Who's worried about this?
Your mouth is writing some checks here.
My ass is so gonna cash. I know.
You know, you do actually have to play this game, right?
Well, first we got to hit that. Come on, people. Where you at?
I mean, where you at? Yeah. Like, let's get back into streaming before we start saying stuff like that.
Come on, you know, it's there. It's in the chat. It's in the description down below.
My only other criticism of the game, and I think it's a criticism that Moody would actually agree with, is like the actual like the jumping and dodging mechanics don't feel 100%. Like
The jumping one, I agree with. The dodging one, I think is actually the dodging one's actually for me was way overpowered.
I think it might just be because I had to jump to dodge a lot of enemies in the gameplay sections that I was doing. I think I might just be conflating the two. I might just I was having to deal with a lot of tall enemies.
So did I. Maybe not compared to you. That's just true.
Maybe I'm just conflating the two, man. But the jumping, the platforming stuff, it definitely didn't feel as slick as I think it potentially should have. In the game, and I attribute part of that to just my shiteness at platforming games in general. But the fact that Moody was sat on the couch next to me also talking about it made me go, maybe it's not just me.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't nail it, you will miss it, and it's just like, come on. It's like this jumping just didn't feel like I had any weight behind it, which is just for me felt disappointing. Just like when I jump, I want to feel like I'm jumping, even though I'm sat down while I'm with a controller. I know it sounds weird when I say that, but like there's games like I felt like I'm thinking, yes, I'm moving type of thing, even though I'm not moving. Jumping with on this game just felt really difficult. It's kind of the way I can attribute to myself is kind of it's completely different game, completely different mechanics and everything like that. But it's how I can interpret it. Like Gears of War always felt heavy for me, and it's hard. Yeah. I felt like it's hard to move the characters.
It's because
they're big, bulky.
The turning. Because I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like when you're running, it's like the turning is like. You know what I mean? You feel like you should be turning maybe a little bit faster than you actually are. And like you've got that momentum going. And it's like it's hard to like get to the place that you're trying to get to, and it feels like you're fighting against the game. And like I feel like in Neva, like I feel like sometimes I felt like I was fighting against the game to get the game to do what I wanted it to do.
I'm not a 400-meter runner in the game going like that. I want to stop, turn, and fucking go.
Yeah, I got the turn like thing. I know you're wearing a lot of armor, Marcus, but you've got the turning circle of a truck that's had all of its wheels cut off. What the fuck's going on?
It's that's how it is for me. So yeah, I completely agree when it comes to the jumping and everything. For me, like I said, for me the dodging for me was way overpowered because that thing where like Amy said like I got no hits on one boss fight. All I did was dodge.
You actually got no hits on 2 boss fights. I only mentioned the one where we talked about it.
I would like to add that the way that combat and health works in this game is that if you hit an enemy enough times, you'll gain a HP back, which I think is beautifully refreshing. And this is another game where there's like blight, so there's black goop everywhere. And I know that's like prevalent throughout the video game industry at the moment. Of everything, every game's got to have a blight, and there's got to be a disease that's taking over the land, and
a lot of goopness right now.
Yeah, a whole lot of
especially
goop.
with a game that's just come out.
And there's a lot of
very gooey.
I don't know why game developers feel the need to make every game about some kind of void. Don't know what could be.
I wonder
why that could be. We did have to turn on we did also have to turn the brightness down.
Yes.
And we had to go into the accessibility options and turn that thing on where we could see the character at all times, because it's like it's one of those 2D platformers where there's like stuff in the foreground, and I think it was pissing both of us off that like we would keep disappearing like behind like things that's just like.
There'll be like a tree that comes through, or some like building architecture, and you're going behind and in front.
I am trying to like fight or platform here. Could you not right now?
Some of the platforming gets really intense in this game as well.
Some of the fights do like that mirror fucking bit where it's like you're upside down and backwards and trying to have a fight. I'm trying to rewire my brain like for the controls to be upside down, and it's just like. It was great.
Amy was disarming a bomb while fighting at the same time.
Yes. Whilst walking on cobblestones.
Yeah.
And I had a dog demanding my attention.
I was going to say, did Adora get jealous of at all of like the TV just going, never all the time, and this adorable pup coming up on
No. Adora was very good, so she was all right.
That's good.
No problems with Adora. Neighbors wise, that's a different question.
I mean, let's not get into that. We don't have time. But no, it was a good game. Like it just that one bit at the end. I was just like, you're doing a thing. And you know, not just when Neva does it. Any game that does it, I always have a problem with it. I don't think I've ever not had a problem with it. But
Yeah, it's
good game,
like
good
what you were saying for Sits and Sleeper. It's on sale right now, 30% off on Steam right now. So go and check it out. if
there's
you
a
get
Steam
chance.
sale right now.
It's a Steam sale.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
It's a good game. Yeah,
We
I think
haven't
you should
mentioned
check
it at all.
No, not once.
No. But yeah, it's a good game. You should check it out. Never. It took us what 3 hours, maybe.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, it was a
I
nice.
deleted the game straight away, so I can't remember what
yeah.
the time said.
It was a nice. We played it over the course of 2 nights. It was a nice couple of nights. I think we played most of it in one go.
Like we got halfway in the first night,
Yeah.
and we finished it the next day. So
Cool. So that is Neva and Citizen Sleeper 2. Get 2 thumbs up, 1 for each game. And now it's time for the last part of the podcast. We're going to talk a little bit of OpenCritic Head-To-Head. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the upcoming scores of upcoming games. It's a sentence. I said it. So it clearly must be a sentence. Whoever gets as closest to the OpenCritic average of the games we're talking about at the time of recording gets a point. If you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. Vitz and I have an unofficial partnership titled "We Need to Stop Moody at All Costs."
It's an uneasy alliance.
That uneasy alliance really fucked itself this week. So last week we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, which I started calling Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 7 because I'm just like that. Moody guessed the game will get an 88. Vitz guessed the game will get an 87. I guessed the game will get an 83. At the time of recording, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 has an OpenCritic average of 85, which means me and Vitz caused the draw. So no one gets any points.
Fuck.
Our uneasy alliance is off to a great start.
Yeah.
I don't even need to beat you both.
No,
You're
we're just
yourselves.
beating ourselves. Like, you know, this is good for my. I mean, I don't know how good. I mean, like, I don't know if anyone can catch me. This is good for my fantasy credit, but it's terrible for OpenCritic Head-To-Head.
But as we've established on the podcast, you can only win one every year.
Apparently,
you made your decision.
And apparently, like, it's inverse, right? It's like the further Moody runs away with OpenCritic Head-To-Head, the further I run away with Fantasy Critic Head-To-Head. Like, like if it was a close season, do you think it would be close on Fantasy Critic? Is there some kind of like supernatural link between these 2 games?
Hey, we have to get the Winchester boys on the case.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
There's
It's
superheroes now, so that doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
Superheroes, I guess. Quotation marks on it.
Air quotes,
On the boys.
So the current stat leaves the scores at Vitz 12, Amy 12, Moody 27, with now 2 draws. We're representing. Just got him right where I want him. This week we're going to guess the OpenCritic average of 2 upcoming games. The first one.
Who?
Eric's
scroll down.
Home.
Yeah,
I didn't say that one.
Yeah.
I didn't say that one.
Scroll down, guys. It's right there. What? The first one.
Steam sale.
There's a Steam sale on. Eric's Home, The Stolen Dream.
The isometric narrative-driven stealth game joined Hannah adventure in the vibrant city of Erikslum. The mysterious disappearance of her brother, Herman, ignites a chain of catastrophic events that will forever change their lives and the fate of the entire city.
Eric's Home, The Stolen City, The Stolen Dream. I named a game of the week, if you can believe it. You beat me to it. I was literally like, I should read the description of this, and you beat me to it. So I'm going. Thank you. That's good. I am going to guess this game is going to get an 82.
Nice. Moody-san. You to go next.
Moody-san.
I think this game looks gorgeous.
It does.
I think this
good.
looks
good.
absolutely. If it's as good as what it looks,
He's going 100.
I'm not that stupid.
It's like right, and like maybe we're just throwing shade at video game reviewers again, but it's like this game looks sick, this game looks amazing. It's an indie game.
Yeah.
And
You can only get a maximum of 70.
yeah. Like, yeah. I could say some stuff on top of that. I'm just gonna leave that one hanging.
Yeah, we didn't get a care package with this game, did we? No, okay.
Fuck it. 88, it always fails.
Let's go. Moody Sound
It
says
looks
88.
really good. It like just it always fails. It looks really good. And like
Okay.
I'm pretty sure correct me if I'm wrong, Vitz, this was shown at the last PlayStation show, wasn't it? Sure
That I
it
don't
was.
know.
But either way, yeah, it looks so good. It looks
There was
really
a lot
good,
of
and I
games
hope-
shown at that PlayStation showcase
That's
in the
true.
middle.
That's true. That's true.
I would like to try and not invoke the draw. So let's go.
Team Stop Moody,
Actually, that would-
activate.
Yeah. Let's go 86, please.
So you try not to invoke the draw.
Yeah.
You've potentially invoked 2 potential draws.
I know, that's what I wanted to do. For
Like,
comedy
how
aims.
do I thread this needle?
Uh-huh.
You can't draw
Put it in
against me.
perfectly.
Yeah, if it gets an 87, you can draw against.
Yes.
Oh fuck yeah! I thought you said 85.
And
Sorry.
if it gets an
You're
84, you
good.
can draw this way. So Team Stop Moody might just fucking get another draw. Let's go.
Again,
how funny
you
would it
two are
be?
just fighting each other. It's all good.
I know,
I know. We're supposed to be teamed up, and we're just constantly like tripping each other.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are a 3-legged race.
Yeah,
A 3-legged race, even, yeah.
punching each other in the face all the way down.
Uh-huh.
But we're
No
also
left,
guessing.
no right, no left, no right, no left, no right.
Twist it, flick it, bop it.
We're also going to guess another game that's coming out next week. You
Yeah.
might have heard of this one. I don't think I'm going to need to read a store description about it. It's called Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Never heard of him.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. 'Cause it's
Oh yeah, he's
banana.
voiced by Seth Rogen now, isn't he?
Sure, why not? I
In
do.
the movie? Did they do
Yes.
the game as well?
Yeah, I think
I've
it's
not
just
look.
a-
I've
he can't
I've,
take the piss.
I've not watched the direct because there was a direct for it. But I do appreciate like because you've got Donkey Kong and you've got Pauline.
Yes.
And like they're the 2 characters, and I do appreciate all of the Last of Us memes that are being made about Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm gonna guess a 92.
Damn.
Go big or go home. That's what I always say.
That's what Donkey Kong says.
Yep, it's his only voice line.
88, it always fails.
Okay, so in order to do this, 90.
I like how Vitz has to calculate this.
Vitz isn't even playing the game anymore.
I'm playing a different game.
Vitz is playing their own game.
Vitz is sabotaging you and himself.
All 3 of us.
Listen, oh, yo, it's a sabotage.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a
That'll play.
potentially a sabotage, right? Like, it might not happen. Like, so
Sabotage.
I feel like I'm being betrayed by my teammate after 1 week. So that didn't last. 7 days, 8 days. Yeah, because we recorded early last week. 8 days. Yeah, that's it. We've done everything we need to do. We've complained about Microsoft
One last time.
being terrible. I've banned Microsoft talk for a month. We talked about some cool games. We danced in the end zone. It's already won OpenCritic Head-To-Head. I don't think there's any catching him. And now, so I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Mhm.
Do 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 do.
Do we have to mention it, or
Da,
has it forgot?
da, 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 boop, ba-dee. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good segue.
Me too. It's smooth segues in the house.
It was
tonight.
a smooth segue. And like, does he actually need to hear the words?
I mean, now who's sabotaging? That's what I'm talking about.
I know, right? Like, listen, all y'all.
Huh?
So could we theoretically keep Mooney here for like ever? Like if you and I just continued to talk about
Oh yeah, just vamp.
anything,
Yeah, 100%.
like anything, like you know,
Ames,
roll.
what do you have for dinner tonight? What are you gonna have for dinner tonight?
I'm not sure. I've got a freezer full. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
Like because obviously, like I didn't go shopping before I went to Scotland.
Of course, that just
So then I did it when I came back, which obviously was only a couple of days ago. And the first night I got back, I was like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm not gonna cook. I got back in the house at 8 p.m. Right, like so I. Still want to keep a straight face. So you get back in at 8 o'clock. It's like you order in, like.
Sure, yeah,
It's a 3-hour train. It's a 3-hour train ride, and then I've got to get back from town to home, and it's like and I'm tired. Like I got a late train because it was a direct train. Like any of the other trains that I got would have been like a change in Edinburgh. It's like I don't want to change trains.
You don't want to be doing that.
Like run across from like one side of a train station to another side of a train station. So like I just didn't feel like cooking. So I ordered a pizza.
Nice.
But I'm pretty stingy with that kind of thing, so I went to go and get it, which was
of course,
it saved me money. But it wasn't. It's technically not that far away, but also like I was really tired, so like I felt by the time I got there, even though it's like 3 minutes.
Did you sneak a slice on the way home?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
There's a lot of wildlife in the area. Like, well, I say wildlife. There's like cats and birds and stuff. It's like I don't want to fight like a cat for my pizza. Like like
any other night you'd be down for it, but tonight
I'll fight a cat.
Yeah.
Like I'll fight a cat whenever. But it's like when I'm tired and I'm holding an entire pizza in my hands, it's like I don't want to fuck with that, right? Like if it had been the next night, I would have taken that cat down.
You go back right.
I would have fought an entire herd of cats.
Speaking of herding cats,
Moody, it's your time to shine.
Hello, everybody. Be proud you made it. Another day is behind you. Another week has passed. But do you want to know what else you have? That is a future that's all yours to decide. Let it fly, your heated fury, because it's time to party. We all welcome each other from far and wide. We'll be here helping each other all the way. Go live your best life. It all starts from level 1. Go now. High five that sky. Long live and prosper. Roll into them titties. The journey is yours, and it starts now. Go forth.
everyone.
Bye.